Yo, what's happening everybody? This is Sabrewolf94 with another TCG match using Espeon GX and Garbodor. We're gonna flip a coin and I'm gonna lose. Okay. To be honest, even if you play second in this deck, it means that, Eevee, if you start with Eevee, you attach the psychic energy and then you can start doing confusion, so it's not all that bad. It's almost like a Buzzwole attack. You do 30, also inflict confusion, so it's all good. Normally, I do want to play first though, because we means that we can potentially start doing Psychic a lot quicker and use the GX attack a lot quicker. That 100 for 3 divide attack is very useful, especially in this situation. As you guys have seen, my opponent opened up with this Hoppip. It's going to search another one. This is a Night March deck, Lost March deck, I meant to say. And Lost March, all you have to do, if you manage to kill the little Hoppips quickly before your opponent sets up, struggling to set up in that process, then you should be pretty good because they do have other ways to get the Pokemon in the Lost Zone, of course, but the Hoppip and the Jumpluff one, well, not Jumpluff, the Skiploom one, they're the main guys that get into the Lost Zone. You also bring out the Jumpluff, of course, the main attacker. So, in this case, if I manage to get a good divide GX attack, then get a bunch of these small KOs, and you hinder your opponent greatly. So a bunch of nest balls. Let's search out a few Pokemon. Let's search out the Trubbish. It's probably going to be very important. When my opponent is using non-GX attackers that can get one-hit knockouts, you don't want to be using GX Pokemon, even if you are getting one-hit knockouts. So, what we're going to do is, we're probably going to definitely want to use one or two Espeons. I definitely want to take advantage of Espeon GX's divide attack soon, and then go use the other Espeon, Lost Thunder one. Okay, so I have an option here where to attach the Psychic Energy. I debate here for a bit because if I attach it on the Eevee, the active one, I could have attacked this turn. But I went for the conservative route, getting on the bench, because you never know. By next turn, my opponent might just explode, evolve into two of those Jumpluffs there, just two Skiplooms, and before you know it, 4 Pokemon in the Lost Zone. Then he uses a bunch of the Trump Beaks and the Lost Blender. So it's kind of risky. Maybe he wasn't going to be able to get a knockout either way, but I decided not to risk it. So went for the attachment on the bench. So here comes the Skiploom, Flora Path to the Sky. Now the first Jumpluff is going to come into play. And he did attach a Grass Energy on the previous turn on the Natu too. That Pokemon probably is more of a threat, to be honest, than Jumpluff, since it can hit my Psychic weak Pokemon for weakness. Primarily the Espeon GX. Just 100 and you get a one-hit knockout, and you get 2 prizes. So this is why we're not gonna use Espeon GX too much. I'm gonna use it a little bit, just so as long as I use the GX attack. But then it's Garbodor. It's gonna be all Garbodor and the other Espeon. I think I should be doing enough, even with the 90 HP one. So Lost March, 120 damage already. Yeah, that was a close one, because if we had the other one in the active position, my opponent could have easily retreated, not to attach the Grass Energy there, and get the KO. Okay, so we did things right. Didn't misplay for once. So now I am going to be able to use Espeon GX and make use of our Divide GX attack. I'm definitely going to KO those little Hoppips there, since he only managed to get one out. Get them out of the way. Let's evolve into Garbodor. And Erica is going to give me a nice 5 cards here. Very, very good. I mean, technically this would have been like a Lily when you think about it. Just draw 5 since I had 1 in hand. But, Erica has her uses too, in a few situations where maybe I had a few more cards in hand. It's the thing is where you can't have too many, but you get the most benefit when you do have a few. So it's not like you're using Lily. Alright, so let's go ahead and use the Mysterious Treasure as well. Let me ditch and go on Emmet. Yeah, probably don't need that since I have Lily in hand. And Trubbish, search you out as well. Play you down. I gotta get the Garbodors out because they're gonna be the main Pokemon I'm gonna be using. So divide GX and put the damage counters on the hoppips there. Good, good, good. And if you guys notice the messages that are coming up, you know, the Pokemon TCG, those tip messages giving you hints like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to attack before you attach energy and all that shit? It's because I recorded these games in a different computer. By the time you guys are watching this, I should be back on my normal computer. So you won't see those messages anymore. Alright, so get the KO on Hoppip and get the KO on Natu as well. I mean, originally I thought I was going to target both Hoppips, but you know what? The Natu there with the weakness is probably more threatening. Also had an energy on, so might as well get rid of you. Leave one Hoppip there, okay. Shouldn't be too bad. Now, what I should have done is put the other damage counters on somebody else, because Jumpluff, even if it has 70 or 50, it still gets knocked out no matter what from my Pokemon. So, I mean, it's just that these Pokemon are so small, even if you set them up for KOs, it's not like it makes a lot of difference, the 2 damage counters I put there. Yeah, I probably should have put them on the Hoppip, and then we probably could have been able to use Mew, like put 3 damage counters, get the KO, and not use Garbodor just yet. So Lost Blender, my opponent discarding Jumpluff and Emolga. He's got quite a few there in the Lost Zone now. Gonna go with Bill as well. What are you gonna search? He doesn't have much going on, and since he doesn't have an Oranguru down either, he won't be able to use that guy and draw cards. But it's gonna get the Custom Catcher. I suppose that's gonna act like a little draw card too. Pokemon Communication. Shuffle in the Jumpluff and get something else. So here comes the Skiploom. So making the right play, making sure he's going to get his dude out. He did attach a Grass Energy though, which is kind of a waste, I suppose. But hey, I guess maximize drawing. He's going to draw 3 with Custom Catcher. Alright. And I think by now he should have enough. Yeah, 200 damage. Even without the Natu, he's doing enough to get 1-hit knockouts on Espeon. So at this point, I think I'm not going to be using, it would be foolish for me to use any more Espeon GXs. You know, I need, what? I need 2 attachments to do 60 to get like a 1-hit knockout. And just get 1 prize and Jumpluff. It's not good. So Garbodor will be the way to go. And at best, if we're going to use another Espeon, it's going to be the regular one from Lost Thunder. Alright, so Lily giving me a few cards here, and the Stretcher, I gotta reserve that for the Garbodors, I think. We only have 2, so I gotta get those guys in when one of them dies. So do 200 damage myself, get the KO and Jumpluff. Don't even need to do that much. And we get the Espeon, okay. That's good. I'm gonna evolve you on the Ditto next turn, I think. Might as well. It's not like I need to get a little muck out. I'm doing enough damage. So my opponent gonna use another Bill's Research, get the Netball, not Nestball, and something else. And he plays down that Cortana. This one is from the new set. I think it might be from Unbroken Bonds. If not, it's from, yeah, it is from Unbroken Bonds. It's not from Team Up. But that Pokemon is kind of like Buzzwole in that if you have exactly 4 prizes, you can do 120 or 130 for 1. But at this point, my opponent can't really utilize it. Now that he's missed that opportunity, it's just a weak grass Pokemon with Free Retreat. Okay, now it's time for the Stretcher. Looks like I'm going to go ahead and get Garbodor. I suppose, I think we should have Eevees to spare, so I can just evolve into Garbodor now and get some Eevees and play down the Espeon later. So, Tate and Liza, give us a few cards. It won't be that many since you're giving me 5, and yes, we didn't see much of shit. Let's use the energy spinner, I guess, get that out of the way, get another energy. So, I gotta be careful here. I've only have 2 attackers down. If my opponent keeps trading knockouts, then even if I do have a decent advantage, you know, he's gonna run me out of Pokemon. But the thing is that I think he's in a worse shape than me. He doesn't have any Pokemon down that can actually knock out Garbodor in one hit. There is no Natu, there are no jump bluffs he can use. He can't get them out like in one turn. So I'm looking really nice here. The Cortana is completely worthless, now that he's at 2 prizes. So the best thing he could use now is Natu. So with any luck, he's going to have to search it. He's also going to have to search DC. But the question is, does he even have that? Does he even have any more? Because I know, depending on the person's list, they don't favor Natu all that much. There's the one I KO'd, and I don't know if he has any on the prizes, but he definitely didn't use communication to search it. He searched out a Hoppip, which is good news for me. He's also running this Buzzwole and Pheromosa GX in the deck. For some reason, I suppose. I guess he could use that Pokemon too with Grass Energies, but I mean, I really don't know. I guess it's good early when you're setting up the jump bluffs, you can attack with it. But it seems kind of weird to put in the deck. I'm sure it has some uses, but I mean, at this point, just doing 30 and 30 on the bench, it's not even on the bench, I've got Mew. You can't KO Garbodor in one hit, which is what you want to do. He's the threat, getting one-hit knockouts easily, and he can't use B-String if he was running that. That'd be crazy. So just passes the turn completely, and just gonna attach a Psychic Energy on Garbodor. This gives me a nice opportunity here. Let's use Judge Whistle. All I gotta do is get 2 more knockouts, and I'm good to go. So 21 cards left in the deck, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go for Indigo and Emmet. Let's draw from the top 5 since there's a Judge Whistle too. Go ahead and do that. And let's see, Judge Whistle, give me another card, Espeon, and what should we do? Play down the Eevee, and that was probably not a very smart thing, because at this point, just with the Garbodors, I think I would have been fine. There would have been enough. Putting a small Pokemon like that gives me a huge risk, because if he does indeed, he can pull off that GX attack and just kills the Eevee, he's going to get like extra prizes and he wins. So, I don't know. I mean, there's the Mew down anyway, but I feel like I shouldn't have benched the Eevee. So here comes the second Grass Energy on Buzzwole, but he's going to go with Cynthia, not Guzma, so I'm still safe. And at this point, I think it's game. No matter what he does, like even if he promotes Buzzwole, I think I'd do enough damage to KO that guy in one shot too. So Jet Punch, just going to do 30. And now it's my turn. But we're going to have to do some maths here. Am I indeed doing enough? He's got 6, 10, 13, just 13. So 13 times 2, that should be 260. And my opponent surrenders right there. Yeah, that was enough. I was going to get the KO. So GG against Lost March is one of the matchups where Espeon is also kind of good, even though they don't use a lot of energies. If you're fast enough, and you are able to trade knockouts, you should be pretty even, because you're kind of a cheap fast deck too in a way. So I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with your friends. I'll see you guys on the next one. Sabrewolf94, we'll say.